I think the real thing that makes a difference and makes us different is our prayer life. We're based in a monastic setting, even though we're not monks, but we pray together every day. We share the spiritual life together. Diocesan priests, there aren't many of them anymore, so there may only be one or two priests in a rectory, and they may be on the go all day and don't get a chance to really pray together and be together on a spiritual level, whereas we are.
I guess community is a sense in that not only do we live together, but I think that there's this brotherhood of it's a common focus of ministry. I think diocesan priesthood has a degree of that, but in community, the focus is more pronounced. It's not just what we do, but how we do it. And in the Oblates, it's taking the charism or the spirit of Francis and living that today. And I sort of like that vision. I saw it as a student at North Catholic in the 70s when I was a student. And I sort of found it contagious. I just didn't want to be, these guys were happy, and I wanted to be not only like them, I wanted to be part of them. And I guess that's the thing I was impressed about the most.
Well, the education process is through the example of St. Francis de Sales, all right, and our mission statement with our direction of intention, and that is actually located here. And we say we're going to give our best, my God, to give you this action. Please give me the grace to conduct myself during it in the manner most pleasing to you. That's a direction of intention. That's what we follow to do our best in the present moment. And that's what we try to portray to our students here at Father Judge.
The main mission of each oblate is to spread the spirit and charism, we call it, which is a special gift that each saint is given, the charism of St. Francis de Sales. The oblates here at school hopefully do it by the way they teach or the way they interact as administrators or staff members. That's how we do it in a high school setting. We do it in college settings, we do it in parishes, we do it in the missions. It's not so much the job or the work that we do, but the spirit with which we do it. And that spirit is to pass on the philosophy and teachings of St. Francis.
You don't have to go away and behind the walls of a convent or join a monastic community to be holy. That it's being who you are and being it well and being holy where you're at. Bloom where you're planted, so to speak. So the Oblates do that outside of like teaching on the college level at the Sales University, and we've done it in youth work with, I think we have 5 high schools, but we also have it's called the Nativity School in Wilmington, where there are students who would not normally be streamlined into a very intense. These are students also from maybe a rough environment or a poor environment. And we take them from that neighborhood and present them with the best possible education.
The mission of all Oblates is to spread that spirit, which can be summarized by the phrase Live Jesus, or VJ, Vive Jesu. And so at Father Judge, the Oblates on staff here are called to be a gentle presence, to live Jesus, to act like Jesus as best we can, and help others to do that. Again, whether it's in the classroom, in an office, as a staff member, so we're all involved here in the school in different ways.
There's no aspect of student faith formation which is unimportant. Everything from the physical to the material to the emotional and the spiritual, it's all one. And I think I like that about Oblate education. It looks at the whole man and the whole woman, and it attempts to find God in the midst of all that.
But I would say it's different from any other Catholic school. Again, in the philosophy and teaching of St. Francis are the foundation of our school. We pray every day the direction of intention, which is a prayer Francis taught us. All that we do is done for to spread that spirit of St. Francis, whether it's in the meetings or in the classroom. We're always constantly reminding people of the teachings and the way of life of St. Francis de Sales.
I'm going to borrow a line from Mother Teresa because I think it works well. I get a chance to come to this building every day and to meet God in all his 1,300 disguises. And that makes me happy every day. And I believe it's something I bring to the table as a sense of mission to discover where God is in the students. But I'm always pleasantly surprised at the end of the day as to where I've been given. And it's not just being a teacher here. I mean, being an oblate in formation right now, I'm one of the few guys in formation, I've been sent here by my superiors to learn for future ministry from my students. So, I mean, I see the face of God in the students that I teach each day.
My favorite thing about being an oblate is that camaraderie, that brotherhood of the community, and that is not just next door at the house where we all live, but it spills over here, here at the school. The oblates can joke, can laugh, can fight like brothers do, can get in arguments, but we're always, just like a family hopefully, always at the end of the day, we pray together, we have dinner together, we're one together. And that's my favorite part, that even though we get on each other's nerves and, we do things that one may not agree with, or we help each other, and we're truly a family. And I know that may not always show in some ways, but we're truly a family, and I see that here at Father Judge.
I met the Oblates in the 70s at North Catholic, which is the other Oblate school here in Philadelphia. Of course, there were 50 priest brothers and misters, guys in formation. And that's changed drastically in terms of numbers. But there was something, these guys, they were practical. They were not, I could relate to them. They were not stained glass and incense and holy water and somehow floating along on some type of holy cloud that I couldn't understand. But they also they got me thinking about God and about what I wanted to do with my life and who God was. And that changed me. It really did, and I wanted to be part of that because I believed that changed not only me, but a lot of the guys that I went to school with. And I think there's a great value to that in the world.
I always, as a 12-year-old maybe, thought about being a priest. And I immediately thought of being a diocesan priest because that's all I knew. I'm from Philadelphia, and we had many diocesan priests who were good men and are good men. But then I went to North Catholic, which is another oblate school up the road, and I really got to know the oblates there, who were very helpful, were very kind, and did all the things that I just described. I saw them make fun of each other and laugh with each other and be there for one another, and I said, that's going to be something I'd like to be involved in.
I like to go to the movies. I can go to the shows here at school. I go to the basketball games. I think it's being in a sense of community. I feel like I belong to this group, and so whatever it is, whether it's a group of us going out to the diner after some school event, or hanging with a group of faculty after a parent-teacher night, I don't know what it is. The Superior General once upon a time said, I'm not quite sure what it is about the Oblates, but whatever we have it. And I think it's an appreciation for other people being themselves and how much a gift they are. And I just have a great time with that. So it's reading and it's watching television, it's all those other things. But also it's part of it is living with those guys at the end of the day, and we can sit around at dinner before and having a 15-minute visit at the end of the day and say, this was my vocation today, this is what I did, and then sitting down and talking to my brothers about, this is what I learned, or this is what I'm having difficulty with, help me. And I think I get to live with 20 guys in that house who will assist me in striving to become holier in this line of work.